Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're doing something a little different. We have to plow snow today. I didn't want to plow snow, but we had just enough snow where this parking lot that I'm on needs to be plowed. And I could have waited till first thing in the morning, but the sun's supposed to peek out a little bit here and there today, so hopefully it'll melt off a little bit of the remnants of the parking lot so I don't have to salt it. But we're going to see how this looks here. And it's kind of a bit breezy out here, but it's not too bad. So let's get out and take a look at this. Okay, I've already made one pass, so you can see what it's going to do. It's going to clean it up a little bit, and then the sun should take care of the rest of it for me. But I got to be careful around this whole thing because it's so early in the season. I'm not sure. Yeah, the grass line, or camera picks up a little bit. This grass line here. If I don't pick up the plow before I hit that, I'll roll all this grass over, and then I have to fix it in the spring. So I just gotta have to take it slow until all this freezes up. Same thing out on this little island there. I'm gonna have the same problem, so I'm gonna have to work around it. So I'll get you set up, and we'll plow this parking lot out. front lot is plowed. You see I hit a couple spots. Happens every year, it's not a big deal. Hit another spot over here, a little bit of grass there, so it's still not that bad, but just that little bit of plowing. There was about 2 to 3 inches on this. You can see it's already starting to darken up in here. My first pass that I came in here, that's already starting to melt off. So it didn't take me very long to plow this out. The front part's all done, so let's head to the back and get the part where the employees part. Before I get you set up, there's one thing I want to point out I forgot to do, and I just happened to realize it right now, is the tire pressure on this truck. It's at 32 pounds. When I put the plow on, I wanted to have it about 45 pounds, or 45 pounds, that way that tire is not as squishy. With the plow being up another couple inches, the plow frame does not hit. No, actually this part right here gets it up a couple more inches, and it does not hit the edges. Like this right here, there's an edge, or there's a lip right there. And it's about a 4-inch lip, something like that. So I'm gonna get you set up here at the end here, and get this plowed out here. And there's one thing else that hasn't been done yet this year, which is out of my control, is that dumpster. That dumpster gets put up over there, and it hasn't there, so I gotta be careful I don't back into that, because I have done it before. Get a rhythm going and not paying attention where that dumpster's at, and I've backed into it. I've done it twice. Not with this truck, but with my other truck that I had. So I'm gonna get you set up and trying to get you a good shot of all this. Okay, and this lot is done. I got one more spot, just that little bit right in there I have to get, but other than that, it's all done. This area right out here does not get plowed until everything freezes up, because what'll happen, and what's been happening in the years past before I took over, is they'd shove all that gravel all the way up into right here. As you can see, over the years it's just been piling up there. So come up to the edge. Once we get a big snow, pick the plow up a little bit, just kind of push it off to the side there without getting down and scraping it. So it usually works out pretty good. It's not too bad. The other building over here next door, the other business, another lawn care company takes care of that, or friends of mine too, but they have to shove everything from the front of the building. Here, let's get a look out here. That whole lot out there in the front gets shoved over to the side, and then they have to push it all the way back to here. So just because they cannot pile anything up in the front of the building, that's the ordinance for this area. So everything has to be pushed off because of clear sight issues, I guess. I took this yard over, or this parking lot over about 4 years ago, I think it was. They used to push all the snow up over into this island right there. Well, the problem is with that island, there's parking out there. There's 5 parking spots out there, and what would happen is probably halfway through the winter they would lose the 5 parking spots. So that's why I started, when I took over, I just shoved everything off to the side. Okay, it's been 15 minutes since we did this front lot. You can see already how much it is melting off. So hopefully I don't have to salt this. I might have to, though, I'm not sure. Depends how things freeze up. I'm gonna have to stop back later and check it out, but I think I might be able to get away without salting it. And then this front right here is where they used to pile all the snow. And there's 5 parking spots here, 4 parking spots for sure. I'm not sure about the 5th one, but 4. And so what would happen is the snow would be pulled all the way out to, or be parked, actually they'd be piled all the way out to here by the time halfway through the season would be. And with me pushing everything along the side there, you know, just pushing up along the fence, and you know, don't push over the fence. But what'll happen is there's 1 parking spot over on the edge there that is lost, and that is it. That is the only thing that's lost the whole season. So it works out really, really well. Okay, so I am done with this parking lot. That is all I have to do, just plow this out, and I'll chat back in a couple of hours. It's 1 o'clock now. I started this at 12 o'clock, so it only took me an hour to plow the driveway out. And that's with shoveling around the sidewalks and stuff, so that's not too bad. When I come back in a couple hours, I'll just have a bucket of salt with me and probably sprinkle around where everybody parks, and you know, the sidewalks and stuff like that, just to make sure it doesn't freeze so nobody slips and falls. The biggest thing is to keep people from slipping and falling. Yeah, there wasn't that much snow here, but you have to keep these parking lots plowed for these businesses, so nobody slips and falls. Before I end this video, I want to let you know I am plowing with a half-ton truck. This is a half-ton truck with max towing package. The springs are a little heavier, everything's a little heavier. I plow in 4-wheel drive high, and I have the button for the trailer, for the tow haul button. I have that pushed in, so it is in a tow haul mode. To plow with a half-ton truck, you just have to pay attention to what you're doing. You can't be pounding on it and putting it to the floor and reverse drive as fast as you possibly can. You just have to take your time and pay attention to what you're doing. And like I said, I've been plowing for a long time. I never burned the transmission out completely out, and I've never had a problem with it. A 3/4 ton truck sits about 4 or 5 inches higher than this one does. And when I'm climbing in and out all day long, that 4 or 5 inches makes a big difference. 3/4 ton truck and a half-ton truck get about the same fuel economy. There's a couple miles an hour difference in the fuel economy. It doesn't matter. I don't even pay attention to fuel economy, just because everything I do is short runs, and it's, I got a few longer ones, but most of it's starting and stopping all day long. So I don't really pay attention to what what the fuel economy is, because it's all city driving. And I just the price between the half-ton truck and a 3/4-ton truck is like about $20,000 for what I want. So that's why I got a half-ton truck, and that's why I'll stay with a half-ton truck. And they've never really let me down, and I abuse them just as much as anything else that I have. Because as soon as you put a plow on a truck, you're abusing it. I don't care how careful you are, you're still going to be abusing it, just because plowing is hard on trucks. So I will continue plowing with a half-ton truck, just because it's lighter, sits lower. Buddies of mine have 3/4-ton trucks, and they're constantly complaining about them because they're sitting so high in the air when they're climbing in and out of them all summer long. So I'm in my truck more in the summer than I am in the winter, so I'm going to stick with the half-ton truck. I guess that's all I wanted to cover on this video. Seeing how this is the first video of me plowing in the daylight, and you were able to see something what I did and how I plow. Like I said, I'm not going super fast. I'm not, I'm not in a big hurry to get anything done. I just got to take my time. And I guess that will be the end of this video. And everybody have a good evening, and we will see you at the next yard.